अब भने पालो भइसकेको छ अर्को पर्फर्मेन्सलाई बोलाउने हाम्रो अर्को पर्फर्मर हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो अर्का दमदार फाइनलिस्ट हुनुहुन्छ सकेत कार्कीजी र उहाँ एकदमै इन्टेलेक्चुअल पर्सन हुनुहुन्छ किन भनेर सोध्नुहुन्छ भने भन्नुस् न he is doing bachelor's in physics and maths from University of Richmond and his primary area of interest are cosmology and optics and he's also working as research assistant at Futung Research Institute and today on this stage he will be sharing the secret life of Saket Karki. Probably उहाँले आफू जस्तै कसरी intelligent बन्ने होला कसरी smart बन्ने होला भनेर भन्नुहुन्छ भन्ने मेरो अपेक्षा छ. So let's okay हामी हल्का प्रिपेयर भइरहेका रहेछौँ ठिकै छ र त्यो भन्दै गर्दाखेरि हामी भित्र रहेका सिक्रेट लाइफ अफ सकेत कार्की भन्दै गर्दाखेरि मलाई चाहिँ सिक्रेट लाइफ अफ प्रतिशा जोशी पनि हल्का हल्का याद आइरहेको थियो कि के छ त मेरो लाइफमा सिक्रेट जस्तो लाग्यो अनि यस्तो हेर्दाखेरि त मैले पनि त साँच्चै फिजिक्स गरेको हो नि भनेर रियलाइज भइरहेको के जुन मोस्ट अफ पिपललाई थाहा छैन होइन सो या ही एन्ड आई हेभ सम सर्ट अफ सिमिल्यारिटी र होपफुली सम डे आई वुड लाइक टु गिभ टिप्स on how to be smart and intelligent related to physics someday. Okay, now we are ready. Let's welcome this intelligent and intellectual person on stage, everybody. A round of applause.
I have a confession to make. I live a secret double life. Actually, scratch that. I live multiple secret lives. One day I'm an astronomer gallivanting through space. The next day I'm a soldier in the trenches. One moment I'm a submarine commander. The next I'm a chef. Some days I'm a surgeon. Some days I'm just me. How do I manage to fit this all in my busy schedule, you ask? Well, it's simple. I just daydream a lot. I can daydream anywhere, and I daydream all the time. I daydream when I'm riding the bus, I daydream when I'm reading a book, and I daydream at the most important time in the day of all, when I'm sitting on the toilet. It all began when I was very little. I have very little recollection of when I actually started daydreaming. At first, everybody thought it was cute, maybe even precocious. But as time went on, the elders in my household started to become a little bit concerned with me spacing out. By the time I was 12, there were murmurs floating around. Was I right in the head? Un poco loco? And it got to me, I must say, it got to me. I decided that from now on, I would only daydream when I was alone, I would be very careful, and I would only do it in a private space. However, I could not stop. I did not stop. I have not stopped. Today, I'm in front of you all to convince you to let the Walter Mitty and all of you thrive. I'm here to convince you in the power of positive delusions. In psychology, there is a cognitive bias called the Dunning-Kruger effect, where it turns out people who are the least skilled at a job are the most likely to ever overestimate their skill at that job. At face value, that sounds like a terrible group to be part of. However, in the last decade, there's been work done at the University of Texas, at the University of Chicago, where they've shown that this effect, in fact, has this looping kind of mechanism where it actually makes you better, where it actually makes you productive. It turns out, if you do not know what you do not know, there is no ceiling. You could aim for the stars and you'd reach to the moon when nobody else actually has. And you see examples of this in everyday life. Take children, for example. A child who wants to be an astronaut does not know that Nepal actually does not have a space program. A child playing with a military Barbie does not know that only 16 countries allow women in frontline combat roles. They do not know that, therefore they think they can do that, and therefore they just actually might do it. When Leonardo da Vinci designed his flying machine in the 15th century, the Wright brothers on airplanes were 400 years away. I'm sure everybody thought that, well, at least any rational person would think that Da Vinci's designs were deluded. But I say that every little creative thing, every little creative process needs that touch of escapism, that touch of mental escapism, that touch of magical realism. If I will sully my examples with something more local, in fact. I am fairly sure that I can name at least one politician who I think got to where he is simply because he actually believes in himself and through no other quality. But I will refrain from actually naming him, but read between the lines, people. Today I have deluded myself into another form, that of an orator. Normal Saket does not believe he can win. Orator Saket, I don't know, thinks he just might. There's a good chance that that's 99% bullcrap, but it is important that I believe this bullcrap because it makes me a better speaker. With that, I would also encourage you to let yourself have little adventures, to let yourself have little delusions. Please let yourself have secret identities. Thank you.
SHARDA Production Private Limited, digitalizing and visualizing brand since 2013.